Guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this terrific Tuesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, campers. Life is good. Anyway, let's get right to it, man. You saw the thumbnail. Thicken the tongue more. Guys, if you are not getting results, you have to accentuate our 3 rules more than you have. It's as simple as that. Okay? Haven't played a note. Let's see what we got. And all I'm going to be thinking about is that thick tongue, anchored to the bottom lip. Guys, there's one thing and one thing only, to my way of thinking, that keeps the corners relaxed. And that's the thick tongue that is pressed, tip of the tongue against the soft inner red of the bottom lip, pressed firm. Now listen, guys, as you go higher, that tongue has to get thicker. Now, how am I controlling that? The tip of my tongue. I'm not trying to get the ins thinking about the middle of it and trying to press it against. No. It is controlled by the tip of the tongue against the soft inner red of the bottom lip. That's all I'm thinking about. And the chops have to remain in place. If you start there and don't move it or thicken it, guys, these chops cannot get tight. That's a fact. When it's moved back in an E, a la Claude Gordon or whatever, that's when the stretching starts. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. And the classical guys that relax it, no, it does not remain relaxed unless you have to do something else to make the tone go up or down. And that is controlling it with the corners. And every single one of the classical guys, every single one of them, a couple of them, but Bataille and the sax, but many of the top guys are just tight, tight, tight. And the only way they can play a note is with a Bach mouthpiece that lets them collapse into the clop. Okay? But you have to have a thick tongue. Now, if you are not getting the results you want, as I said before, something is too tight. In this case, 99.9% of the time, it's your corners. Okay? And you can't just focus on the corners and think, don't tighten them, don't tighten them, go to the double C. No, that's not the way it's going to work. That's a 2-octave rip, and the corners did not come into play at all. I'm not going to do this again. You've seen it before. Okay? But it has to be thicker, and it has to be thicker than you've had it before. Okay? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean more forward. That just means thicker. Guys, when you press against, I told you before, when you press that tongue against the soft inner red of the bottom lip, if that's your tongue and that's your bottom lip, boom. You put it together, and an isometric flex will make the tongue splay. When the tongue splays, it gets wider and thicker in your mouth, and you can naturally compress the air more. Okay? But I'm telling you right now, if that tongue doesn't move, remains thick or thicker as it goes higher, it has to, then you're not going to stretch. So if you are stretching, guys, the tongue went back. And what came first, the chicken or the egg? The tongue going back caused the stretch, or the stretch caused the tongue going back? Both can work. It doesn't matter. They have to work in tandem. The synergy between the two has got to be together. But guys, I'm telling you, I start losing it above an E on above double C. The G's come out just about all the time, but it's strange, so I don't put them up here. But you've heard E flats and E's, plenty of them. All right? But guys, when I get above that point, my tongue starts going back. Just like you may be doing 2 octaves lower, 1 octave lower, it's the same thing. And that is caused by tension. Hear the nose pop? The tongue doesn't move. Now, I told you for a long time, Jerry referred to his chops as the tongue-controlled amateur. He stopped doing that. There are 2 clucks out there that don't know what they're talking about. They're lousy trumpet players, and they say they're teaching Jerry's stuff, and they're not. So I don't refer it anymore using those 3 letters, okay? Because they have no idea what they're talking about. They're not good players. Their tones are thin, pinched, and out of tune. And you guys all think you know who I'm talking about, and trust me, you don't. Okay? So, enough said. Anyway, guys, relax the corners, thicken the tongue, and you will be amazed how little air it takes, which we'll talk about tomorrow, how little air it takes to give you double C's and beyond. Guys, everybody can have one. Get a 1SB mouthpiece. Get a 1SB mouthpiece. I just came back from the post office. I put 3 in the mail this morning. Get a 1SB mouthpiece and start playing correctly for the first time in your life. I don't care who you are and how great your chops are, guys. If you are not playing this way, you're leaving performance on the floor. You just are. All right? All right, guys, you're the best. You are absolutely the best. Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables that live your life with true power. Not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.